Good morning children, welcome back to your social science class. Today we will discuss the important points from politics lesson 3, what is government. The points we are going to discuss are why do we need government, levels of government, laws and the government, types of government and democratic governments. First we can check why do we need government. Every country needs a government to make decisions and get things done. These can be decisions about where to build roads and schools, or regulation of prices, or ways to increase the supply of electricity, etc. The government also takes action on many social issues. For example, it has several programs to help the poor. It also runs postal and railway services. It is the duty of the government to protect the boundary of our country and maintains good relations with other countries. It also ensures that everyone has enough to eat and have good health facilities also. If there is a dispute or if someone has committed a crime, you find people in a court. Courts are also part of the government. Our next topic is levels of government. The government in India works at 3 levels: the local level, the state level and the national level. The local level means in your village, town or locality. The state level would mean that which covers an entire state like Haryana or Assam or Kerala, and the national level relates to the entire country. Our next topic is laws and the government. Governments work on behalf of the people by exercising leadership, making decisions and implementing these decisions for the welfare of the people. Governments do this by making laws for everyone in the country. So why does the government make laws? The government makes laws to ensure that people follow rules. For example, there is a law that says that all persons driving a motor vehicle must have a license. Any person caught driving a vehicle without a license can either be jailed or fined a large sum of money. If people feel that a law is not being followed, they can approach the court for a resolution. Our next topic is types of government. There are various types of government in the world. Some of the prominent ones are democracies and monarchies. In a democracy, people elect their representatives, and these representatives then form the government. They should be answerable or accountable to the people. That means it has to explain and defend its decisions to the people. Democracies are also called representative democracies because people do not participate in governance directly. They elect their representatives who act on behalf of the people to make decisions and laws. In a monarchy, the government is run by a monarch, that means a king or queen. They are not answerable or accountable to the people for their decisions. So, the main feature of a democracy is that people have the power to elect their leaders. Universal adult franchise is an important part of a democracy, which means all adults have the right to vote. Universal adult franchise means all adults have the right to vote. In India, we have universal adult franchise. But it was not always like this. Can you believe there was a time when governments did not allow women and poor to participate in elections? In their earlier forms, governments allowed only men who owned property and were educated to vote. That means women, the poor, the propertyless and the uneducated were not allowed to vote. It's not only in our country, It was existed in several parts of the world like USA and other European countries. In India, before independence, a small minority was allowed to vote. Several people, including Gandhiji, were shocked at the unfairness of this practice and demanded that all adults have the right to vote. This is known as universal adult franchise. For a long time, women and poorer sections of society in several parts of the world did not have the right to vote. They had to fight for a long time for their chance to participate in elections, even in the USA and other European countries. These separate movements together are called women's suffrage movement. The word suffrage means the right to vote. What is women's suffrage movement? The struggle for women to get the right to vote is known as women's suffrage movement. American women started voting in 1920. Women in the UK got to vote on the same term as men only from 1928 onwards. India is a democracy. After a long struggle for independence, India attained freedom from British rule and set up a democratic form of government. So that's only about our chapter what is government. All of you should read your textbook and complete your notes. We will see next time.